Hello, everybody. It is a Tuesday morning, and I wanted to drop by here and read you an article that I found by accident during my lunch break at my job. And this article is pertaining to one Sean Diddy Combs, who, as you remember, this past July was found not guilty of the serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, but was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, next month, Combs will be in a hearing where the judge residing will inform Combs of how many years he'll be serving prison time for those 2 counts. Now, this article, courtesy of usatoday.com, states that the man charged in the murder of Tupac Shakur recently made the claim that Sean Diddy Combs put out a $1 million hit on both Shakur and Marion Suge Knight, who at the time was running Death Row Records, the label that Shakur was recording for at that time. It says here, as members of 2 California gangs poured out of a Las Vegas boxing match in September of 1996, Tupac Shakur, the most famous / infamous rapper in the country at that time, sucker punched a rival. Now the man hit the ground and the mob attacked. The mob being Shakur, Knight, and members of the Bloods Street Gang. All of them beat on the guy until security showed up. Now the man declined medical treatment and would not tell the police what happened. But he did later tell his uncle, being Dwayne Keith Davis. Davis, a leader of the Crips street gang, wanted to help his nephew get revenge. And as you all know, the Crips, for long periods of time, have been rivals of the Bloods. In a Drug Enforcement Administration report detailing a secret police interview, Davis said that he had another reason to go after both Knight and Shakur. He stated that Sean Diddy Combs had placed a $1 million bounty on the heads of the 2 men. Hours after the beatdown at the hotel, Shakur was shot in a drive-by shooting. He died a couple days later, while Knight was grazed in the head, but survived. Now Davis was charged with Shakur's murder in 2023. The allegation that Combs had put out the hits on both Knight and Shakur was highlighted in a filing by Davis's lawyers later that year. Around the same time, federal investigators had targeted Combs for a host of unrelated crimes. 2 more accusations that Combs was involved in Shakur's murder had surfaced in records filed as part of a spate of civil suits against Combs. That he bragged about ordering the hit, that he had also paid for the rented Cadillac that was used in the drive-by. Shakur's murder and the murder of rival rapper Biggie Smalls, aka the Notorious B.I.G., who was shot the following year in the month of March, have been scrutinized for nearly 3 decades, both in the courts and in the media. And the killings had spawned numerous amount of conspiracy theories of cover-ups, hitmen, and cops on the payroll of various gangbangers. USA's review of the previously secret law enforcement and grand jury files, along with court records in civil cases against Combs, provide new insight into his suspected involvement in a murder for hire and the violent hip-hop rivalry that preceded. Now, if it does turn out to be true that Diddy was the one who set up the bounty on both Tupac and Suge, I would not be surprised one bit. There has been an intense, heated rivalry between Suge and Diddy for years. There was one report I remember hearing about that while in New York, Suge was looking for Diddy, who back then was going by the name Puff Daddy or Puffy. Apparently, I guess Knight didn't appreciate the fact that Combs was there as competition for his brand, Death Row Records. And Suge at that time wanted to be the king on the block, the main draw, the main act. Who was he to allow this competition onto his circuit? I believe that was his viewpoint at that time. Now, is it me, or is hip-hop now become the most dangerous music genre? I mean, you look at all the circumstances that have went on throughout the years. This rapper being shot, that rapper getting arrested, this rapper getting put behind bars for this crime, that crime, this rapper being threatened and told to shut up and do not snitch. This rapper getting threatened his life by this notorious gang. This rapper doing this rapper getting that. I mean, who cannot forget the beef between Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy from years ago? Who could not forget this 6ix9ine rapper being set behind bars? And rumor had it that he possibly had a death sentence placed on him by this gang or that guy because he revealed a lot to the police for a lighter sentence. We watch episodes of Love and Hip Hop, and we see this music producer, that music producer, this rapper, this female or male rapper go at one another at fist fights, hair pulling at various events, backstage at shows, out in the parking lots at times. Now, am I correct in saying that hip-hop has now become probably one of the most dangerous music genre? Of course, I may be wrong. There's another music genre where many performers of it have been killed off by members of the Mexican drug cartel. But it's just sad that the hip-hop music genre has now come to the point where everybody's getting in trouble with the law, with their spouses, or everything else in between. I'd like to know your comments. I'd like to know your opinions and thoughts on all these matters that I spoke about. Let me know in the comment section below. In the meantime, I'm going to be taking me a shower and hitting hay. Got work in a few hours from now. Everybody take care. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button and notification bell. And enjoy your Tuesday, folks.